The mission, scheduled for 11 days, will include 3 spacewalks and the installation of 2 platforms to the station's backbone. The platform will hold spare parts to sustain the station after the shuttles are discontinued.
Now, what types of supplies will the new platforms hold, and what all is being done or is being delivered to the space station?
Some pretty important stuff, including a robotic arm for the ISS and nitrogen and ammonia tanks to help cool and pressurize the station.
Pretty cool. Thanks, Keith. Coming up, we'll have highlights on the Hogs' big win over Troy.
Aaron Pryor has that and more in your UATV Sports Report after the break.
I'm Andrea Fournet. Yoga is a great way to start your day. It's also a great remedy for a case of the Mondays. Join me every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. and Mondays at 9:30 p.m. for Yoga with Andrea here on UATV.
It's a beautiful day. Sky falls, you feel like it's a beautiful day. So let it get away. You're on the road, but you've got no destination. You're in the mud, in the maze of her imagination. Your love is.
Thanks for listening. Join us tomorrow.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? When you were...
Welcome back, I'm Aaron Pryor with sports. Well, the Hogs took on Troy this past weekend, and our own UATV Savannah Reading was there.
Arkansas pulled off a big win tonight against Troy, 56-20, but it didn't end there. The Razorbacks are now bowl eligible, and 2 Hogs have broken records. Quarterback Ryan Mallett set a career record for consecutive pass attempts without throwing an interception and a season record for passing yards. Dennis Johnson is now Arkansas's all-time leading kick returner.
I think what we'll do is look at the records when the year's over with, and the thing that records help us is it's great for the individual and it's good for recruiting.
The record-breaking game for Mallett is the result of the 982 yards and 8 touchdowns he's thrown for in the last 3 games. With this return, Dennis Johnson passes former Razorback Felix Jones for most kickoff return yards.
I just get the ball and run, and they do all the work. So I dedicate that all to them.
Regardless of records broken and bowl prospects, the Razorbacks are looking to the future.
No, we got the win. I'm always going to tell you that we got the win, and that's the most important thing. We're bowl eligible. We're ready to go bowling, but we got to play Mississippi State first and then go play LSU, and we're trying to win out, so we got to go to work tomorrow and Monday.
The Razorbacks head to Little Rock next week, where they'll take on Mississippi State. The Hogs are coming off 3 big wins, and they hope to improve their bowl position with a win over the Bulldogs. Reporting for UATV, I'm Savannah Reading.
We'll kick off at 11:21 in War Memorial Stadium, and once again, the SEC Network will be televising the Arkansas game. Well, right now, it's good to beat Rodney Clark. Clark completely went off on Alcorn State, putting up 51 points on 15 of 21 shooting, 13 of 17 from three-point land, in the Hogs' bashing of Alcorn State, 130-68. The 13 threes is a new SEC record, and the 51 points is a new Razorback record for Clark. And as if things couldn't get any better, Clark was named the first SEC Player of the Week for the new season. Clark joins former Razorback names like Sonny Weems, Gary Irvin, Jonathan Modica, and Corliss Williamson, who had received the honor in the past, as well as current players Mike Washington and Courtney Fordson. Clark and the Razorbacks travel to St. Louis tomorrow night to take on Louisville. Tip-off has been set for 6:30 and will be televised by ESPN2. Well, the football Hogs weren't the only Razorbacks in action this past Saturday. The men's and women's cross-country teams were both competed in a regional tournament at Baylor University. Dorian Early and Solomon Haley finished first and second place in the cross-country meet to bring home the first-place trophy. All 5 runners finished in the top 25 in the race. As for the women, led by a 5th-place finish from freshman Alyssa Allison and top 10 finish from junior Miranda Walker, the team finished 3rd overall in the race. Both Allison and Walker will represent the U of A next Monday at the NCAA Championships. This week in the NFL proved to be one of the most exciting weeks of the NFL season thus far. The undefeated Saints barely escaped the St. Louis Rams 28-23. The Jaguars, with a little help from a last-second field goal, took care of the Jets 24-22, and the Dolphins held off a late surge from the Buccaneers 25-23. But the game of the year took place last night between the Colts and Patriots, and in case you missed it, well, that's why I'm here. Tom Brady passed to Randy Moss, his favorite target in the end zone, giving the Patriots a 17-point lead in the 4th quarter. Peyton Manning, though, if you're on his team, you know you've got to have the confidence to win. Passes to Garcon in the end zone, cutting that lead a little bit. Now, after a field goal from the Patriots and another Colts touchdown from Joseph Adai, on 4th and 2, Tom Brady taking the snap, going for it. Questionable call. Kevin Falk does make the catch, but the ball has been spotted short. It's a turnover on downs, and oh man, this is not what the Patriots wanted. Give the Colts back to Peyton Manning, give the ball back to Peyton Manning, and Peyton Manning doing what he does best, finding his favorite target, Reggie Wayne, for the 1-yard slant route touchdown. The extra point was added on at the end, and that would be the game. As the Colts wiped out the Patriots 35-34 and kept their undefeated season alive. And one final note from the world of sports today. 2 of the 3 Tennessee Volunteer football players involved in a gas station robbery last week have been kicked off the team. Defensive back Mike Edwards and starting safety Jansen Jackson will continue to be barred from the team activities, while head coach Lane Kiffin awaits more news about the case. Said Kiffin, clearly their actions have no place on our program.
Moving back to Hog football, 2 wins, 2 games left in the season, and those 2 wins could be a Cotton Bowl bid for the Hogs.
It could be, and it's I hope for it, but I'm not trying to be a downer, but I just think it's almost inevitable that Arkansas has to win out to get those wins and to get in the Cotton Bowl. I don't know, maybe that Georgia win might have helped that case a little bit.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Aaron. After the break, you will never believe what residents in Washington ran into on a bus.
Don't go away. You're watching UATV News.
The Sports Advantage, Thursday at 9 on UATV.
25 million homeless animals are euthanized each year in the United States. That's a rate of 1 per second. Spaying and neutering is the only way to see the end of pet overpopulation.
The Humane Society of the Ozarks has partnered with local veterinarians to provide a low-cost spay and neuter program. Assistance is available to all Northwest Arkansas pet owners.
For more information, contact the Humane Society today.